Absolutely hate that. Absolutely hate that. I have to write it down now. When the phone asks me for an update and then the stream ends, it's like someone said it on a recent stream. It's like doing a set of bench press, pumping it out, and then you hit, the pin where you put the bar. You lose all momentum. But it infuriates me. Like, why is it even possible on my phone that it can, when I'm doing a live stream, it can abort it to ask me if I want to install an update? How can that happen? Who's the idiot that constructed this? Remove. Can write it in English, I guess. I see someone was back. Yo, guys. I'm sorry, this has happened a few times these weeks. Once it was because of the internet, but I think twice now because of the freaking update prompt. Of course, this pen doesn't work. Ta bort auto uppdatering. Back. Yeah, Yo Disney Dolby 1. What I also hate is that stuff that I was looking forward to get to in the chat goes away. Oh yeah, bro, would love to hear your answer. You got me really interested. You stopped on shedding parts of yourself. Oh yeah, so we were at the depression thing, right? Let me just let some more people find the stream. We'll just do some kind of entertainment in the meantime. Because we had a good amount. Can you do some little, some intermission kind of thing, Michael Irizarry, I'm pouring honey on you, goat. I'm not quite, honey is good. I'm not quite sure how am I supposed to take that sentence. What should we have here while we wait? No, I'm not finding anything. Ronaldo or Messi, you ask? I don't care. I'm literally so uninterested. I saw you talk about that on the stream. I'm sorry, but I just care so very little. No, I'm not watching. I'm not watching the Euros. When someone said something about a match yesterday, I was like, oh, really? That's going on now? That's how little I know of it. Okay, people are finding... No, so you're saying you think I can get back the previous chat if you open the video and skip to the end and open chat? No, because while the video is processing, immediately after a live, you can't see the chat. It will take some time and then the chat replay will show up. So I can't go to the old chat, unfortunately. Life is a beginning. Theo, your content channel has been immensely inspirational for me. Well, I appreciate that. I'm glad it has been, man. That's the point. So I'm glad, and thanks for letting me know. Okay, people are dropping in now. Like the stream, guys, you that haven't. So we get back to how I overcame the depression, right? Okay, look, going through that thing with the panic attacks, it forced me to become so humble and uninstall a lot of old fear programming in myself. I did, again, when I talk about my past, it's a little different because I know so much now what happened. I was just doing then. So, yo, we back, Peppers80. Yes, we are back. No, I was just doing, right? And so, look, depressed is not something you either are or not forever, if you see what I mean. Even my previous self had some periods where life seemed a little bit better, right? Yeah, it was an obvious change now. Now I experience actual true contentment, inner peace and stuff. And so I was just following my depression, or whatever you want to call it. As soon as I stopped trying to fit in a sense, trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do based on everything I've been told from the world. And instead just started following my path, like listening to what I've known for so long, really, that, you know, the academic route, it's not really for me. And anything like doing a YouTube channel, it's something I should do. You know, I just started following my path, and of course I'm happy then. Of course I'm unhappy when I'm walking a path that isn't mine. And then look, I've been depressed, severely depressed several times throughout these years, but you know, for very concrete difficulties in life, because that will always happen. And now I just have much better tools to deal with it. Like I don't regress to some way older version of myself, right? So yeah, man, it started, everything started with hitting rock bottom in life, building up, removing, shedding a bunch of crap, and adding on good stuff and walking my path, basically, man. And this is, look, what I do, especially on my elite coaching program, is trying to take others through a similar experience, right? Like I'm working with people right now that kind of are, you know, because we have not the exact same story, everyone, but, you know, the hero's journey kind of thing. I often find myself working with people that are, like, if not hit rock bottom, there's some shift that has happened. Like, okay, something, I gotta change, I've gotta follow my path, I gotta find my place in this life, you know. Pigs76 says, do a workshop in Costa Rica. Yeah, you have big plans for me, my man. I know. Singing, dancing, muscle man. That is such a frustrating, dumb thing. Blasted technical difficulties putting an impediment to our learning and fun. Yeah, you know, this is a thing. I've ranted on it here before because this has happened before. But you know, okay, I understand. Maybe I can change the setting. Like maybe I even can't. I don't know. And I understand that if I'm just texting on my screen, if a little window shows up, like, do you want to update? But why on earth? When would someone ever be in the situation that they're streaming live, but when the phone wants to install some software update, they're like, oh, okay guys, gotta go, clearly, because my phone here says it's time to update, you know. Like what idiot can program a phone but not just think that this maybe isn't a smart idea? Pickle Tarts, hello and thank you very much, Sir Theo. Bless your soul. Know that most of us are in support of you. Well, I appreciate that, man. And look, guys, I'm feeling the support strongly from you guys lately. Like, I totally appreciate it. Like, because clearly many of you feel the support strongly from me. Of course, that's what I'm trying to. But like, I feel very validated lately in that I'm doing something that matters, makes a difference for a lot of people, because so many of you guys give me feedback like this, and I do not take it for granted at all, guys. Like, I totally appreciate it, and you every time I hear stuff like that, it's just like, yes, yet another sign to keep going. So, thanks a lot, man. Peppers80, what's your favorite form of cardio? You know, the one where you skip it and just lift weights all the time. No, but look, if I have to do something that's very actively cardio, I think burpees are cool, because I like high intensity, you know, doing like interval training, burpee style. Sprinting is kind of cool, but it's like these things, I never done them regularly. But I've talked about it many times. When you weight train every day at a high intensity, you walk like 15 to 20k steps most days. You go out and swing a club or mace or shit, you know. It's not like you have to do actual, like, oh, we're doing cardio now for health reasons. It would only be to like raise cardiovascular performance. But you see, my heart is getting a good workout from everything I'm doing. And when I actually go for a run or something, I confirm it every time that, hey, I'm actually running quite fast, even though I don't do it that often. But yeah, sprinting or burpees, just because I like intensity, if I have to pick something like that. Pig76 says that blue zones where people live over 100 are shrinking. Yeah, well, I would guess the trend in the world would be that, I mean, I guess in a way we start living longer because people are living, like, people are sicker, but they stay alive longer. Oversap Secret Lab says, interesting bro, appreciate the answer about the depression. Well, you're welcome. Like the stream if you haven't, guys, the new stream. Gotta get it going. So I can stay for up to another hour. I think I have a video I could post for you guys after that as well. Tresner, hey oh man, do the bodybuilding. Well, I've been thinking about what you've been typing in the chat about. It's something, when you do the bodybuilding, you build a body, or whatever it is. I'm sure that's a quote from something. Singing, dancing, muscle man. Have you ever completed the Bring Sally Up challenge? It would make for some pretty unique content. Hashtag more subscriber, hashtag millions and millions of views. Maybe try it with bodyweight squats. Like, what is that? Like, you have many ideas for stuff I should do to go viral or something. Bring Sally Up challenge. Squat challenge. Have to see ads. What is this? Hey, come again. So what's the thing? Is it just with the song you're supposed to squat up and down? You think that's something I'm supposed to do and it will be crazy? Unless you have some more interesting version than that one. TRT or Belfort. Hey man, stream crashed, haha, but did the journaling on the solar lunar night. I thought it was very productive. Well, I'm glad, man. And the video I'm gonna put out after this stream is more of a lunar night video. I think I even put in parentheses in the title, Lunar Night. So, yeah. If you have any thoughts you want to share right now, cool. But yeah, I of course remember that I remember when we talked about it on the Hammer stream. But I think you'll like the video. I'll post in an hour. Pig 76. Swimming is my favorite cardio, but preferably with a sandy beach versus pool. Yeah. You know, when I was living in Greece, you know, I never been a big swimmer, but especially when I was cutting, like part of my morning routine was I went for a certain walk around where I was living, and I would end up by the beach, and then I would swim by the beach just back and forth once. Of course, it's such a different thing. You know, a freaking pool, you know, they suck. It's like, it's probably chloride water, you know. And then you take this beach, when you get grounding, when you just have your bare feet on the sand, there's salt water, where Greece, you know, you're getting a mineral boost, you know, from the water, probably nice and sunny, you know, such a different thing. Life is a beginning. What do you think is a healthy way to foster a social life while going through the journey of self-growth? Most people resort to nihilistic vices. I do play football a few times a week. Yeah, man, it's a good question. I think it's something many of us, that, you know, that, like you said, most people resort to nihilistic vices. Us that feel like, you know, we don't want to spend time with those people. Like what I'm saying is, I think a lot of guys that find themselves watching a channel like this is in that kind of spot. So a healthy way to foster a social life. To be honest, I am probably neglecting fostering my social life a little bit more than I should. Like, it's not that I don't do it at all, but, you know, especially now, I'm enjoying being with me and working so much. And of course that involves other people sometimes. But okay, foster social life. You know, man, like what I've done, some new friends, like one of my best friends that I have some videos on the channel here. We're probably gonna meet in a couple of weeks, by the way. But Andreas Optiholm, a guy that's pretty much like me, but 7 years older, you know. I found him on Instagram, and I realized, you know, that kind of person, we're kind of unique. So I just reached out to him at some point. We got to know each other a little bit online, and then I just asked him, like, can I come visit you? You know, so I came in and we met, you know. And another thing, just one guy I had overheard talking about some interesting things in a gym I went to. So one time I just said exactly that. I heard you talking about some things, blah, blah, blah. Hey, I'm Theo, you know. So I think actually it's kind of funny, like getting friends as an adult, and when you're, going on the path of self-development, gaining new friends. It's a little skill like picking up girls, how to be able to just strike up a conversation and get a number or arrange a date, just that you're not looking for a romantic outcome, of course. But, man, I would say generally, in the situations where some of your personal development is taking place, like the gym, there's a good place to just strike up conversations with people. Sometimes you'll just get a gym bro, someone you say hi to in the gym, and sometimes it could actually lead to something more. My mom is calling me. My mom, like, she actually doesn't call me much because she knows that I prefer she texts. I'm a little like, why did she call me now? When where were we with the friends? Yeah, you go play football. That's something I'm looking actually right now for, finding some kind of free time activity to go to, like dancing. I would want to take a dance course. Maybe I'll get to know some people there, There you have some things. Frame light, what is grounding? Grounding is touching your bare feet to the ground. Like you weren't born with sneakers, right? You should touch grass, as they say. Ruslan Sinisin, do you do cheat meals, cheat days? Absolutely not. My opinion is that it's fucking retarded. It's like, you shouldn't cheat yourself. It's like, why would you cheat yourself with food? Like, it's like, look, first of all, I deprogrammed myself. I don't crave any of these hyper-processed junk foods, right? When I think of eating, a bag of chips, a hyper-processed candy bar or something, I'm like, what am I getting for this? Is someone gonna pay me money for this? It's like, is all I'm getting a nice sensory, pleasurable experience in my mouth at the price of poisoning myself? It's like, why would I do that? I've untangled myself completely from any junk food addiction, first of all. So I literally don't want to eat those things. Secondly, when I eat something that isn't the textbook, like healthiest thing, I don't view it as a cheat. I don't cheat myself. I think it's a terrible mentality. It's like the concept of cheat days. It's like, because I'm on this diet that clearly not enjoyable. I hate doing it, so I need to get to cheats at some point. And then I eat all this junk, Then I eat some crappy shit. And I have to go back to my, this diet I have to follow. Can't wait until I get a cheat day again. It's like, I don't like the mentality at all. The goal should be to learn to enjoy good, healthy foods. And then, when you're fit, there was a birthday on Wednesday, I just went there and ate a bunch of potatoes and meat, elk and deer, guys. And then there's cake. And I don't worry about eating some cake, and I don't view it as a cheat. That's like, okay, great. I've been cutting. I've been very active. I need more fuel for my gains. Yeah, I'm going to crush my push workout tomorrow. And I did, So no, first of all, don't even crave this processed junk food. Secondly, when I do eat something less than optimal on paper, I don't view it as a cheat. Michael Irizarry, what the heck is this? And he deleted a message that I was about to read. Why do you delete them, man? Well, I won't read them then, if you change your mind. Singing Dancing Muscle Man. I have the very best question. Would you rather have a human body and a dog head, or a dog body and a human head? Your dog fans need to know the answer to this very important question. Now, it's like this won't happen. Do you know that the least interesting thing about, I'm so real, I like reality and real things. So this pretend stuff, it's kind of like, pick one thing that would never happen or the other thing that would never happen. It's like, if I would want to have those things, I don't want it at all. TRT or Belfort. When writing about it, I thought a lot about what phase I am in currently, why I think that, and I landed on solar for right now because I feel as though I can see the light, I want to show others. Yeah, man, I mean, the way, at least that's my life experience, but, you know when you're the solar night and you know when you're the lunar night, you know. Like, you know when everything is just terrible and just, you know, when lunar night mode for me last year is walking back from the gym in Greece. The highlight of my day is over. Because you know, I'm enjoying my training right now. Right now, I'm enjoying my days a lot. So the training is great, but it's not really the highlight of the day necessarily right now. It's just one of the highlights, but it was then. And we're walking back, and I feel this extreme weariness and this thought I hear in my mind so many times, you know, that I can't go on. I can't go on. But I know that all I have to do is still go on. But you see what I mean? There's no question about it. I'm lunar night there, right? Like the stream, guys, please. A little behind on that. Maybe send a super chat. And buy the training book, guys. Peppers 80. I've had experience that it's hard to meet people who are on the similar path. A lot of guys I meet at the gym still drink or take drugs, steroids even. Any tips on meeting like-minded people? So, you know, I talked about this already. It's still the same thing though. Like, even I agree with you that you're going to find a lot of guys in the gym that are still kind of, okay, they go to the gym too, but they still do all that other stuff. But it's more likely that you find a like-minded person in the gym, right? Like I had. Like you know, one guy that we became quite good friends. I got to know him from the gym. Doesn't drink alcohol at all. Used to back in the day, just like me, you know. I got him into fasting. Actually helped him reverse. He didn't ever get diabetic when he was like pre-diabetic. When I introduced a lot of fasting to him, kind of improved that. You know, similar lifestyle. So I would still say that look in these places, you know. But I think doing an effort to actually go to like events, like, you know, I didn't consider, because there are other people that go cold plunging by the lake that I go to, even consider just putting up a note. It's like, hey, cold plunge gang, like here's my phone number or here's my Instagram or whatever. You get in touch with someone that does the thing. Maybe you start doing it. Someone, of course, I have some people I've done that with, but yeah, I still say the same things, you know. Like-minded people, you still find them in the places that you like to be, right? Tresner, it's in the 48 laws of power. Don't be around people who are unlucky and unhappy. Only surround yourself with happy people, because their fortunes will become yours. Yes. Well, kind of. But the thing is, when you're complete full solar night, since this was what we were talking about, because realize too, guys, with the solar and lunar, it's a spectrum. It's like depressed, right? You're not, I am depressed or I'm just the happiest I've ever been. There's something in between there, right? But when you are full on solar, when you're completely connected, you know, then other people says darkness and shit. You're just shining too strong. You're impenetrable, you know. You can be then you're, because when I'm feeling my best, I want to be around. You know, I'll be the guy sitting with a drug addict and telling him that, you know, I used to do this shit too, but you can go hit the gym. So, yeah, no, I generally agree. But since the topic of solar and lunar night was up, TRT or Belfort started lifting regularly close to 2 years ago. But I've had periods of falling out of it in between then and now. But I've been very consistent as of recently. I'm trying to show my roommate the pros of training. Yeah, there were periods of lunar phase in those 2 years, but I've been putting much more emphasis on looking within in a productive and positive way rather than self-deprecating. That sounds great, man. And look, I don't know what it is with me and stuff with this, because you know, I hear so many stories of people that, you know, I've been training regularly close to 2 years, but I've had periods of falling out of it. I literally have not since I started. Even when I've been feeling way worse and stuff, what I've refused to let go of during these years are the fitness regimen, right? That's been my like cornerstone, even at the darkest times. And so I guess what I want to say with that is like, it's something I recommend, you know, because you know what has happened for me in the lunar phases we're talking about. I don't experience progress in my life whatsoever. Like, even if I'm making progress in the gym, maybe I feel good right in the gym, but generally it's not like I'm feeling like I'm such an amazing upward trajectory here. But when I've come out of that phase, and then maybe I go cut or something, and I'm like, shit, I leveled up so much physically too, and I barely noticed it because I was so deep in my own darkness. So there's been a lot of delayed gratification with just keep working on the fitness stuff, when I'm feeling like crap. And then I've been so happy, like thankful to myself that I put myself in such a great position later on, If you want to build a body, you do the body building. Say it with a Swedish accent. If you want to build a body, you do the body building. It's very Swedish for you. Tressor also said, answer your mom. Well, she hung up after just a few seconds, so I suspect it was a mistake because she doesn't call me much. But of course, I'll check afterwards. I love my mom, but my parents are too intrusive, It's like, it's something you should talk more about on the channel, guys. Like the parents is such a big one for figuring out yourself. And it's going to be unique. It's like, we talk about becoming jacked and stacked, giga chad and all that. Like, say, I'm generally so not sensitive to what people think about me and stuff. But there's something with the parents, you don't get away from it. Even if you're not thinking, I want to please my parents, or I want my parents to love me and think I'm good. You still want that, though. And my parents, I love them, but I have to get the right dose of them. Like, I can't be around them too much. Life is a beginning. Thank you. So being proactive, that makes sense. I like the pickup analogy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it is kind of like that, Like, if people are just appearing by themselves in your life, which they will do, it can happen quite naturally too, but maybe you have to think about it a little bit. Like, I have to go out of my way to try to be social in my gym, for instance, Pig 76. Yoga is pretty social and mostly people with clean lifestyles. Yeah, I've been thinking about going to yoga just for this reason, I guess, if a jacked guy goes to yoga, jacked spiritual guy goes to yoga, come on, it's going to be great success one way or another, right? Now the PC is giving up on me again. I think we're live though, but it's annoying when I just want to see you guys' thoughts in the chat on here. Jaha, nej. Okay, how to look on the phone. Or technology, the bane of my existence. Like, also a great thing for me, but I have many problems with it. Okay, I hit some Russian name or something. I can't even attempt at saying that. I'll call you back B. I hit rock bottom in 2018 after I've losing 40 bitcoins and my GF pretty soon breaking up with me in those darkest days. I feel utterly depressed and broken, tried to travel a bit, was on drugs, took a ton of medication for my depression, had huge heart palpitations, shortness of breath, kind of panic attacks, moved to a new city in 2021, starting a new life, going up since, clean, working out, doing business and so on. Though took a long time to find myself. Still going on that path of improving myself, so that's why I'm here too, like your philosophy. Well, it sounds like you've been through, like you are rock bottom and that you're going in the right direction. So yes, you are in good company here. I'm glad you like the uncommon sense philosophy. Let's see, come on. No, nope, not getting my chat on screen here. Framework. Can you explain what is the idea behind grounding and what are the benefits? No, Google it. Come on. It's such an easy thing to Google. Singing, dancing, muscle man. No, just because getting his thoughts on grounding would be very interesting. Look, guys, my thoughts, like you can go and look about all the science, like I say many times. To me, it's just uncommon sense, right? Like you weren't born with sneakers. Like the barefoot thing, even apart from grounding. It's like you have to take the shoe pill, right? Shoes are the shoe prison, all right? Once you've started walking more bare feet, you will hate sneakers. Like I can't stand sneakers I used to have anymore because you realize how much they're pushing your toes together. So the barefoot thing is something to embrace in general. But then, just touching grass with your feet, like it is something with a charge in the body too. And this is what you can go Googling because I'm not going to be able to explain it well. But you look, it's not more complicated than the fact that you weren't born with sneakers walking on asphalt all the time. So you should probably just touch grass, touch dirt, touch earth with your feet. That's my view on it. And every morning, if it isn't a complete crap morning, but usually right now there's nice sunny mornings, my morning routine is go up, drink a glass of water with salt, have a cold shower, get dressed, take my phone and go out, find a place where I can stand barefoot on the grass and get morning sun on my face. And then I start going through like Instagram messages or comments on YouTube, client replies, stuff like that, So I just think I don't overthink it so much. I just think it's a good habit to have, to ground your feet every once in a while, It feels good. Like many of these things, guys, that's why I don't care so much about like the exact science of what happens when you stand with your bare feet on the ground. Because it's just through the experience, like it feels good. I feel that it's nice. It's de-stressing. It's anti-inflammatory, It's a nice thing to do. It's just like, what's the point of going on a walk in the forest, I think everyone understands what the point is, right? It's like you're living in the city, surrounded by loud noises and lights and all kinds of artificial stuff all the time. To de-stress, connect with nature. That's why you go out on a walk in nature, right? It's the very same thing. You're wearing these dumb shoes, walking on asphalt all the time. Well, you take them off and you just step on the grass. Why? I think I need to get a new router. I don't think it's the internet. I think it's the router. Try one last time to get my dear chat back here. Not a success. Okay, well, I guess I gotta have it here. Yeah, please. Okay, now I got I got it back right now here. Please. Thoughts on how to deal with people you don't vibe with, but are forced to interact with on occasion. Family events mainly. Well, of course, spend less time with them if they're really such a drain, like if you can, But you try to put boundaries, like both for yourself, like that. How much time do you spend with these people? But, protect your energy. If you have to actually say something, like, I'll just tell you how with my family that I love them and all, but there is I can overdose on not just the people but the situations, And at this point, I tried to participate so much. I felt I was treated like I'm the boring one, when I want to leave earlier and I don't want to drink alcohol and stuff. But I put boundaries enough that everyone understands that, okay, Theo, he's actually trying by even being here. He's not imposing on us that, can we please not drink? Can everyone go home early tonight, So, you have to try to put boundaries, both for yourself like that, but to people if you have to. But, yeah, then other than that, of course, you just have to brace yourself for those events and know, like, okay, I'm going to be around a lot of vibes I don't like. I just have to be impenetrable. Let things slide as much as possible, See it as a challenge, a practice in staying calm under like triggering circumstances. Frame bites. I might just start a self-improvement club to find some like-minded people. People around me are energy vampires. Yeah, that's a great idea. And again, apart from the online community, I'm very much thinking, You know, I think the first thing on I just post on my private Facebook and ask like, hey guys, you want to build a gang, you know? Like say what I have in mind and say that people can message me. And it's great if more people do things like that. TRT or Belfort. My roommate is quite pessimistic about life and his reality. But I've been trying to break through to him and show him that his thoughts shape his reality. I got him to start going on runs before summer. Well, that's good. It sounds like you're getting to him. My screen on the phone froze up a bit. It's like all kinds of technological trolling going on. Sten Jinx, this like half trolly, half serious guy. Do you base your look and overall personality on that of Björn Ulvaeus? Like, I mean, I think you saw me Google him. I barely know who it is, but I'm sure that's very funny. TRT or Belfort, that kind of thing is what makes me think I'm firmly in a solar phase. Also just my willingness to be outwardly social. Yeah, but why is it so important to determine if you're in a solar or lunar phase? Like, is it what you call the way you're currently feeling that's important, or the way you're currently feeling, you know? Michael Irizarry, men need to learn to get over things. No one cares about your problems. Move on. Well, yes and no. Of course, letting things go. But it's good to have some good bros you can kind of whine. And because, you know, I say that when I see close bros to me post messages of it, remember that no one cares. I will respond to them and say, well, I care. I care how you're doing and about your problems, you know, because I do. We are live here, right? It's like my PC. I just managed to get up some chat messages here. Where were we? Peppers80. You've spoken about sexual abstinence. It's something I'm interested in too, but have a hard time with, especially since I'm looking pretty good now and getting lots of attention. Any tips for this? I know it's a mindset thing and I'm working on it. Well, you know, it's like, it's a process. Like I always say, you have to start, like, you know, you say you have a hard time with it. What is it you have a hard time with? Why, you know, like, why, what need is this feeling for you? Because, you know, me, other than now in summer, when my testosterone is quite high and stuff, I can like get a strong sexual urge at some point. But, you know, it's purely, it's the same like someone like, oh, I'd like to eat this. It would be so tasty, you know. But really, beyond that, I don't want to just sleep with some girl. Like, why would I, you know? What do I get out of that? I mean, I have to waste a bunch of time and energy on this, just find someone to do this with. And afterwards, when I've gotten my, like, just momentary pleasure, you know, what do I have? It's like, I'm saying that you have to view it as a process because maybe some little things like that happen. But, you know, for me it was first, I slept with the most just random girls when I was sad over an ex back in the day, when I'm like 25. But I noticed that it didn't give me anything. Like, you're in that little high in the moment when you're partying, and then when you go home with a girl. The next day, I just kept feeling worse and worse every time. And then after I started changing, and I still by habit slept with some girls, I also just noticed that I don't fucking care about this bullshit anymore. I don't care about the stuff that is just a distraction from me going on my path, you know. Yeah. So you're saying that you're curious about it, you're having a hard time with it. Well, just keep thinking about it, reflecting on it. Maybe you're going to have some experiences that confirm these things to you. That's what I'd say right now. Stefan Simonovic, happy Sunday, Theo. Well, happy Sunday, Stefan. Singing, dancing, muscle man. Have you ever heard of the Men of Action YouTube channel? He has live training streams literally twice a day, 7 days a week. He's an ex-Marine. He does almost all bodyweight exercises. Nope, but that's cool. Sten Jinx said, Peppers 80, think of arousal or lust as an itch that doesn't need to be scratched. Just be aroused without feeling like you need to nullify it. Exactly, exactly. And this is of course kind of what I've done with hunger too. The feeling of being hungry, I don't think of it as being hungry anymore. I have disassociated that feeling with, oh, I must eat. Then I have good appetite if I eat. But Singh Muslim, he was type 2 diabetic and he has completely reversed his diabetes and gotten off all medications. You might find his content interesting. So that the man of action guy. Yeah, maybe. But you know, I'm very much not in input. I don't watch. I'm creation mode right now. As you might see, guys, there's like a video every day. It's been for quite some time now, with extra lives too. And I've just made a book, you know, and I'm doing stuff outside online too, you know. So, yeah, I've talked about this before, that I will have periods where I have less to give, more lunar phases, right? I will be more watching stuff. Now I'm enjoying being the one that creates the stuff that people watch so much. So, and that's a good route to strive for in this life, guys. Create more than you consume, okay? Doesn't have to be content. Well, you see what I mean. Produce more than you consume. Go Joy Joe. Are you single? His eyes are so blue. Well, it's complicated. It's my relationship status. There is one girl I love very much, but many different factors makes that be on hold for right now. And I'm kind of, it's a special situation because I'm kind of really had to learn to love unconditionally. That I want it to work out, but I'm feeling quite okay with it not doing it too. But so I'm not actively going, and I'm not like single, but if I met another person and like something happened, do you see what I mean? I'm in a strange, in the middle position, but from a moral standpoint, because it's not like I'm running around just meeting a bunch of girls, but complicated situations. But I guess I am technically single, but I'm not acting as much, or like, I don't know how I should define it even. Oh, I did pick the exact right place in the chat. Singing, dancing, muscle man. What is the meaning of life? Just to experience. Just to experience stuff. That's all. Yeah. Both the good and the bad. Have an experience. Learn. That's really all to it. And I would say, at the same time, you know, you can leave a positive impact on the world or a negative one. So, you know, you kind of choose your team too. Team evil or team good. And you realize you are on team evil, even if you're just like a loser. That doesn't really, you know, you don't punch anyone, you don't hurt anyone like that. You just drain on society, you know. You are also team evil. Yeah. It's have an experience, learn lessons, but ultimately, I would say, of course, you want to be on team good, guys. Leave the biggest positive impact on the world you possibly could. Pat Gaming style, a snail. No, it isn't a snail, it's a waving. I thought it was a snail. Life is the beginning. What cities do you like for living? I am from Los Angeles, which is too liberal for me. Yeah, I've been to Los Angeles, but then I was the nihilist party guy, so I loved it then. Would probably hate it now. You know, I'm not a good person to ask about this. I mean, I don't want to live in a city, ultimately. I live in Stockholm now, and I'm very happy with the neighborhood I live in because it's sort of on the edge, a little bit up on a hill, close to a forest. So, you know, it's the, as I say, as far as living in Stockholm, the city goes, I'm in the best place. But I probably like to live somewhere more remote, further down the line. I'm just not the right person to ask about this. Pat Gaming APA style. Theo, when you first started bodybuilding, did you do a cut, bulk, or maintenance diet? So I guess, you know, it's kind of interesting from my perspective because, like, almost anything someone asks me about me and what I do or what I did, I feel like I've talked about so many times, you know. But of course, everyone hasn't watched every single thing in that, so I understand it. But I'm saying this because I should probably, there are some videos like this that I feel like, should I really do one again? It almost seems like cheap. Like, I'll do this whole thing again, tell the story of how I started training and what I did. And well, I guess I gotta do one like that. But look, I was skinny fat. I didn't know much about all this stuff, so I started like bulking, but just clean food, but I was eating a lot. And then I got stronger on the things I was doing, but I realized that I should probably cut some fat. So then I cut for like 3 months or something. Got like abs lean with a little bit of definition on my entire body. I got quite stuck cutting there. I wanted to get more ripped. Then I bulked for like 4 or 5 months, and then it was much easier to cut again. Then I found prolonged fasting, and then I created this sort of system I followed like for years at this point, that bulk, start at late summer, early fall, winter fast, keep bulking at the new year, cut somewhere around April, May, maintain body weight for 2-3 months during the summer, repeat, right? Oh, Joy, Treasure, lol, can women be simps? So I have a female admirer in the chat. That's cool, because we're like 97% males here. I have seen more women around the channel lately, generally, so that's good. I guess, you know, like I've said this, like it's always going to be mostly male space, but I've always said I want girls to feel like welcome, included here. Free invite. At a certain point, you're just spinning your wheels. For me, it was the fact that when I hook up, women have more fun. If I'm going to give pleasure to someone, I want it to be someone I care for. No, I agree. A big problem is that if you do not try to have sex with a girl, you come off as weak or that you don't like her. Not sure how to go about finding a girl for a serious relationship. But you don't come off that way though. Like you know, me, when I drop, I love to drop in different situations that I've been a volcel for almost 5 years. Because people can believe it, right? This fucking jacked and stacked guy is now telling me he hasn't had sex by choice for years, because everyone knows, of course, they see how I look, that it's, I'm not telling them that I haven't managed to get laid in years. I'm like, no, I chose not to do this, you know. And of course, the more like toxic and insecure a person is, maybe they actually manage to find this as something weak with you or something. But a person that thinks like, you know, a sexually disciplined man, that there's something, she's messed up if she thinks that's something wrong with that, right? And mostly people, it's so unusual here in like liberal atheist Sweden, you know, that people, they kind of can't, they have a hard time even grasping the concept. But most people, even then, they have to kind of respect it because they understand, you know. People subconsciously and intuitively, they understand a lot, but then they still don't go by that. Of course, they just listen to what they've been told. Anyway, what I'm saying is that if you present it that way to a girl, like, yeah, well, and I'm you know, I don't have sex outside of a serious relationship, you know, because of course, sex with one I love is great, but I want it to be a sacred thing, you know. It's not something, and it's not the only thing I'm looking for in a girl, so she'll have to impress me in other ways before, you know, that's not going to be seen as weakness. It's like, in fact, do you know how I've experienced that many girls see it? Do you know how often girls are, you know, they are used to being able to manipulate guys with either sex, but also just, you know, by being a little flirty and beautiful and cute and get their way, you know. And when a girl realizes that my sexuality, I can't weaponize it against this guy, you know, like you're in charge now. You remove, like, no, I'm sure, I'm sure you're, the physical things with you are super nice and all. I'm not super interested, or what more do you have to offer? Like, you see, it's actually a powerful position. Let's see. So wise. Hashtag create more than you consume. Singing, dancing, muscle man. Yeah, I like that one. Go Jojo. Thank you for answering. It sounds like you love her but aren't compatible. I think your thought process on the decision not to move forward with that relationship would be beneficial for us to understand. The Bible and other books of wisdom repeat and reiterate messages. I don't think a new angle on the same message is pandering. I feel like that was unrelated. But you know, we are very much compatible, me and this girl. It's like, I told, this is a thing, guys. I find this difficult because, you know, I want to share like everything about me, but it's like, this is not just about me. And it's like, I have to be a little vague about the situation. It's like, you're gonna have to trust me that you would, if you got to know the full story, you would understand why it's sort of a in-between situation where I just kind of have to, you know, let time unfold and see what happens, kind of. So it's not about compatibility at all. It's not that at all. And yeah, you know, it's kind of difficult for me too. I wish I could just tell you, like, yes, I have a girlfriend, or no, I'm completely single. Slide into my DMs, go Jojo. You see what I mean? I'm being as transparent as I can that I can't be fully committed to this girl right now, but I love her. I would hope for it to work out. We'll see what happens, you know, and that's as much as I can say. Is it Trester is talking with this girl? Pat Gaming Apa style. I ask because I'm also skinny fat and on a cut while getting some good noob gains. I wonder when I should bulk. So you're skinny fat. You can, of course, that's what I didn't know back then, that I should have just eaten at my maintenance or slightly below and crushed my workouts and I would recomp a bit. Well, I think when you shouldn't bulk before you are at the body fat level you think is like good, you know. Like even if you want to get like even further down at some point, what I mean is like still lean. Like you say, I cut down, I had abs. I just wasn't, like back then I neither had as much muscle as now and I wasn't as lean, you know. But, you know, I hit the wall where I couldn't more and I wasn't fat whatsoever, right? So then I decided to bulk and the extra muscle mass made it easier for me to cut down lower when I started cutting again. So you see, as long as you feel like you're too soft, you should still be cutting. Then you can go on a bulk. Go Jojo says, I think men who have sex indiscriminately are undisciplined and have too much time to kill. Yes, and a need for external validation from women specifically. Yes, Trester asks her why she's so worried about his personal life. Because she's a girl and she finds me attractive. She wants me to be single. That's kind of the thing. Singing, dancing, muscle man. Hashtag Volcel Kings. Yes. I still have I haven't done another lecture, so I still have my chalkboard that says Volcel with a little, you know. There we go. So I'm gonna have to go soon, guys. Not quite yet, but I'm gonna have to go in a bit. A little beef between Go Jojo and Tressner. I feel like Tressner is like you kind of anti-woman. I don't want to be anti-woman, but wasn't it you have been like single for not in a relationship for 12 years or whatever you said, and it wasn't you. I think you said the girls try in your gym, but you just like shoot them down or something. And I'm kind of like, bro, like. Women are nice, women are good, you know. I'm just talking in my videos on you shouldn't be distracted and go sleeping with tons of them or anything. I love women though. Yeah. Pat Gaming, I appreciate dudes who have a strong sense of code. Yeah, me too, and people respect that. You know, you respect yourself when you have a strong sense of code. You know, that's one thing. Doing the right thing when no one is around. If you do that, you don't feel the need to tell everyone of the nice thing you did. And you did it knowing that you would get away with it, you wouldn't get any trouble, you didn't have to do the right thing, but you did it still. That's something that makes you respect yourself a lot, you know. Like, I'm not doing anything to just gain validation or just to show people I'm good. I do what I think is right because I think it's right, right? And Smash Button says, it's not weak at all. If the woman is looking for the same thing, she'll really appreciate it. Exactly. Tresner, women think men have no self-control, then go out, make 5 babies with 4 different men and have random one-night stands and have body counts of 100. Yeah, so see, I was right about my man, Tresner. I feel like you're a little hurt by women or something, man. Have you forgiven your mother for the way she destroyed you when you grew up? Pat Gaming, Apa style, bruh. Go Jojo says that's fair. I guess about my story about the girl. Well, I appreciate, you know, it's like I tell you, I want to use all the stories, everything from my life to tell you. And because I am quite good at sharing personal things about that's just going on about me. Like I have a high degree of openness. It feels very strange to me when I'm like a little blocked from talking about something. And I really want you guys to get it. JJ says, when will you get married? Well, time will tell, right? You're welcome for the answer, Pat Gaming, Apa style. Go Jojo. My Bible reiterating messages comment was about creating more videos about your physical transformation. Repeating the message is not pandering, in my opinion. Okay, now I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay. No, but I realize it with some other videos too. When I feel like, but I've already kind of done that video. Then I get some questions over and over and I'm like, okay, clearly time to revisit that. Since you're here, Go Jojo, is there any video about or for women specifically you have in mind? Because I think about it sometimes, you know. I know one video I did a long time ago that it wouldn't have to be just about fitness, but I think I did the video called How Women Should Train to Look Good and Not Get Too Bulky, for instance. But no, it would be interesting to hear. Singing, dancing, muscle man. That chalkboard looked cool. Yeah, I used it in some videos and I will do it again. JJ, you should post more training videos in public. You were getting mired by those kids on the bench last time you were training your client. Look, bro, all those kids, do you know that everyone around here knows about me? And I don't realize that they know about me because people are like intimidated or something. But every time I start talking to someone, it turns out that they've seen me many times and they're curious, who am I? And the kids, do you know one reason that I do the thing where I refer to myself as Giga Chad and stuff? They would actually sing. When I was there and training, I would hear the kids in the background do the Giga Chad theme music, you know, the da 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 da. So yeah, you know I get a lot of mires from the kids. Peppers 80, tips to get rid of needing the external validation from girls. Get more validation from within, you know. Like needing, 2 things. Understand your relationship to the feminine. Very likely that you have some kind of mother issues that makes you crave the love you missed from the feminine in your childhood. You're seeking now from other girls. So that's one part. The other part is just if you get validation from within, you don't need the external validation. Like, it's like me with girls now. Of course I can appreciate it if I get like a compliment from a girl or she's a little flirty or, you know, that kind of course I appreciate it, but I don't feel this like I need to go collect female validation, you know, because I get so much from myself. The actions I take, like make me love myself so much, make me feel good about myself. So I don't need that kind of attention for it, you see? Become the man that you admire. Then you don't have to feel admired by a girl to feel admired, because you'll be admiring yourself. Self-love, it's called. Tressner says, you do have the prettiest blue eyes. Yes, though. Well, thanks, Tressner. I have actually noticed specifically on these streams when I see myself on the camera, yeah, I do have really blue eyes. Let's see. Lol, yeah. Women never make my life better, only worse, Tressner says. Well, man, lick your wounds. And because, you know, as long as you have that kind of mindset, you're going to repelling the woman that would be quite good for you. Singing as a Muslim man, can you show the whole chalkboard again? I want to take a screenshot. So look, man, just go to my Volcel video. It's a stop having sex, something like that. You scroll through, it's not too old. You have not just the chalkboard and in the visible, you have an entire lecture on Volceldom, you know. Okay, now the PC chat working again. Huh? Pat Gaming APA style. I appreciate your personal stories, Theo. Your experience has helped me develop my code. Even if that might sound cheesy. No, I appreciate that. I understand what you mean. I'm glad, man. Smash button. LMAO Tressner has beef with Jojo because he's also a simp. Tressner goes on with a woman critique. Women train nothing but legs and glutes until their glutes are too big. Is there really such a thing, though, as to glutes too big? Although I find it, because of the guy I am, I find it very attractive when a girl likes to do pull-ups and benches. I don't even like the bench press much, but I just see it as a good indicator. If a girl likes to bench, I like her, you know. So the glutes, no upper limit when it's natural, you know. Grow those glutes, girls. But do get a jacked upper body too. That's gonna feed into the whole hourglass shape. No, but it is funny though. Just like the chicken leg guy is a thing, only trains upper body for real, as small legs. Definitely is the opposite with the girls that just train the butt, lower body. Bill Tasing, Theo, you're doing a great job. Keep up. Yeah, we emailed about coaching, right? I think that's you, Bill, if I'm not mistaken. But thanks, man. The nature, hey bro, peace with you. Do you practice meditation? So, this is also something I thought about. I have done it quite a bit, but just some kind of general. I have not followed any specific. I've done a very much just a sort of looking within a practice, observing my inner experience kind of thing. But you know, I can view, in my view, it's not this kind of thing only, that's meditation. Like, I will go on a walk in the forest without any phone, nothing to distract me, you know. And the thing is, sometimes when I'm so present all the time, I don't feel like I even have to meditate, if you see what I mean. So I do it. I have done it more at times, but it's a thing that, like, I do it on a, like, need basis. No, I'm not going to shout out your friends. Michael Tressner, exactly. Once you admire yourself, then you know others are, and you don't always catch them. Yeah. Go Jojo, haha, I don't mind the clickbait titles. Personally, I really relate to your content, even though it's for men, because I've been through a lot of hardships, forced me to become more awake and aware. I see. Depression, panic attacks, sexual trauma. Yeah, okay. It's cool that your channel is for men, but that women can still get something from it. Well, I like that. I like that feedback. Go Jojo. I would hope, you know. It's like, it's even both on this channel, but it's like, you know, here's an example when I was working as a personal trainer. So I think I might have been standing in the reception in the gym, and this woman comes and asks about personal training. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a personal trainer, blah, blah, blah. You know, I start talking to her. And then I just remember that I saw her, that she didn't want to, you know, get the personal trainer right now. Then I just remember that I saw her in a few days, and now she started with my girl colleague, you know. And the thing is, I know that my girl colleague, I think is a nice girl, all she fucking sucks at the training. I would do a much better job with this woman, but she wanted to have a girl, you know, because she's a girl, you know. And that's kind of annoying that you want women to understand as a personal trainer that, look, it's exactly the jacked natural bro that's lean, that exactly the guy, if you want to build a body that's beautiful, that's exactly the guy you should go to. Like, he knows how it's done. It's just that you think for some reason that you should be doing something else. But he'll teach you, he'll get you exactly to where you want to be. Kind of the same thing with some videos here. Because I am this jacked guy talking in a certain way, maybe some women on the surface wouldn't think that they can get anything from here. So I'm thinking about sometimes, because that's my experience, both as a trainer and here, that if someone actually finds me, they will like me, but like, how can I reach you sooner? That's why I asked for like like you said, you don't mind the clickbait titles, but that wasn't really my question. I'm like, is there a video for women you could have in mind, Tressner says, imagine a woman thinking she goes through hardships. Look, man, now you're becoming a little bit too, meh, women suck, meh. It's not very manly, to be honest. And look, I don't want to be a white knight or anything, but women do have unique challenges being women. You saw the sexual trauma thing, right? Like, it's not that it doesn't happen to men too, but that's the different thing from women. So, be nice to the girls. Like, I personally, that's one thing I love with being disconnected from this, like, wanting to sleep with girls, seeking validation from girls kind of thing, that I can actually look at women and see people now, like many guys, they wouldn't admit even to themselves, but a lot of the time you're looking at something, you're like dehumanizing women on a little level. And I just love being that safe masculine energy for a girl when she feels like, yes, I'm around masculinity that I can trust, I can relax, Inspiring women to actually relax and be feminine is a great feeling, whether that is romantically or just in some kind of even coaching situation, Tressler said, you always have all the help you need. Yeah, well, it's true that people care more than when women struggle. Peppers 80, thoughts on Europe's immigration issues. They're not good. That's my thought. Framebite, how about you befriend the woman? Humanize the enemy, Tressner. Yeah, exactly. Go Jojo says she was homeless for months in 2018 and no one helped. Tressner says, I don't know if it's to me, but I bet you think feminism is good, huh? Well, that's the thing, I want to do that video too. Like, naturally, when I hear the word feminist, I want to say it, like, yeah, I'm a feminist. Like, I'm a friend of women, I'm pro-women. But of course, what feminism actually is these days, in reality, I think it's anti-women and very stupid. Of course, it's anti-men too, but it is anti-woman in the name of being pro-woman. Man, Tressner, like, man, like, I'm a little disappointed in you, in the stuff you're going on with here. And women don't have hardships, bro. They have situations they got themselves into. Women literally could get help from random strangers. Like, bro, like, I don't want to say too, like, obscene things here, but it's like, so women don't have problems, they just have situations they got themselves into. So there are no predators, there are no bad actors that would just do something, It's like, this is not fair at all, man. And Singing Dancing Muscle Man agrees that Tressner needs to calm down a bit. No, all women are the same, believe it or not. Exactly, man. I like you, Tressner, but you have some introspecting to do on this one. Smash Button says, imagine thinking that there are people with absolutely no hardships. Exactly. Go Jojo says, there's something very wrong with you, to Tressner. Women may have it easier in some ways, but we're human beings and the work can be brutal for anyone. Tressner says, if it's brutal for you, it's my choice. It's not, man. It's like... Smash Button. I am a woman, but most attention from randos is because they expect sexual relationships in return. Yeah, exactly. Tressner says, if it's brutal for men, no one helps us and actually tells us to man up and get out of it. But it's like, that's not women's fault, though. It's like, don't make women the enemy, bro. Don't make women the other. We talked about the meaning of life before. Unity is one thing here. And so this division between men and women, we need to unite, right? We're different, but we should be on the same team, not seeing each other as opposing teams. But yeah, and that's one thing, honestly, that's one thing. It can be easy to say that, women, they can get, because men, they want them, so women can kind of, extract resources from men. And look, there are manipulative, bad women that can do that. But that this is one thing I've learned about just looking the way I do. I've gotten unwanted sexual attention from men, And when you do that, when you are a human being that wants to, you're putting yourself out there, for instance, sharing your struggles with mental health and that, and you show the physique as like a representation of the big change you've made, but you're not thinking of yourself as some kind of sexual object. And you get, someone that clearly just viewing you as a piece of meat. It's a disgusting feeling. The difference is that me as a man, I just have to feel disgusted because whatever guy it's just some little disgusting creep that I could like knock the fuck out if I wanted to. But for women, they have to deal with this, and by people that are physically stronger than them, and so that women can like use their sexuality to get ahead somehow might be true, but also they get problems that men don't really get for the same reason. This is one thing that changed with me, man. Tressner, I see you say you're done, but something that changed with me a lot. When I changed, I started realizing, because I had so much more criticism towards women later on, and I started realizing, hey, women have their problems too, and yeah, I just got a much fairer view on it. And that's why you would see me I'm generally harsher towards men than women. And I'm thinking I have that kind of person that I used to be in mind. And by the way, the girl I love, one thing I love about her is that she is more critical towards women. I'm more critical towards men. And I love that. Most men and women, they just talk about the other sex, Women like, oh, where did all the good men go? So I'm just a hoe, and I think I should have a good man. Same thing. Oh, I want a nice, good trad wife, but I kind of want to sleep around, not exercise, drink beer, just be a little pathetic excuse of a man. But I totally deserve a good woman, though. It's like, no, maybe before you criticize the other sex, maybe you could do a better job at representing yours, focusing on that, right? Gonna have to go soon, guys. I've already stayed a little longer than I thought. I'll try to get to the last little things in the chat. Anyone want to send a super chat? I'd appreciate it. Well, I'll try to just get the last things here. Frame bite. Guys, most people are bad. It's just that because of gender differences, the bad comes out in different ways. Well, that's one way you can say that, yeah. And Smash Button says, I agree with Frame. Also, differences aren't necessarily bad. No. They're great. That is the whole point. That's why why men and women should be teammates. We should complement each other. That's the whole point, both within a relationship, but on a societal level. We should embrace our differences and, balance, not so-called equality, not forced equal outcome of things, but balance. That's what we're looking for. Pad Gaming, APA style, all of us humans have a lot of hardships in life. We could do a bit better to be understanding of their sufferings. Yeah. Go Jojo, I agree on personal training. I don't think just because someone is female or my same skin color or anything makes them more equipped to help me. Male doctors know more about female anatomy than me. Yeah, exactly. Seems always this kind of woman that's here with a little bit more male mind in a sense, which is a good thing. Speaking of these things, do you know what I've noticed? I've talked about this before, man. It's too interesting stuff. I need to go, really. But, to be 100% masculine, you need to be feminine as well. Because, the yin and yang symbol, right? There's a black and a white side, but there is a dot of each within each, right? So to be 100% masculine, you also have to embrace your feminine side, integrate your feminine side, right? And vice versa. And I noticed that I'm a masculine man with quite a strong feminine core, and I've always, whether that's romantically or just girls I get along with, always been drawn to me, girls that have like a little bit of a more male mind, maybe a little tomboyish traits, And Tressner was done with all his woman hate, misogyny. Michael Irizarry, most of the time women aren't interested in you. That's all women are in video game. If she likes you from the start, that's it. Getting in shape and having car isn't everything. Tressner says he's red pill, if anything. Yeah. Andrew Mueller, the dating market is harder for men. Marriage is not incentivized for men's divorce, and family courts are brutal to men. All of this is true, but it still doesn't justify hating all women. No. Michael is like, you need to work with more women and see who their boyfriends are. Average dudes, that's all. She likes you. If she doesn't, then it's okay. I'm not quite sure who you're talking to here, but Stinging Stressner, you're a dumpling, you're a sausage. Go Jojo, I didn't need to hijack the conversation. I'll think more about your question on videos for women and get back to you next time. Yeah, thanks, you do that. And Tressner immediately, Tressner, you're really looking, I don't know how much you're trolling, but it's like you're looking at this. I think she has contributed in quite a normal way in the chat here. And someone puts out, you're the most me guy here. Well guys, there's not much more of a worth here in the chat right now. It's like your little which thank you for this guy. Time, guys. I'll publish a video here in just a few minutes about when hard work maybe isn't the answer. And yeah, guys, more videos in the week. And yes, I'll see you guys later. Peace. Oh, of course, my tripod is in the way of the stop button. Oh, one last one. Louis Simley, thank you for your stream and YouTube channel. Very motivational. Thank you for the support, my man. I'm glad I managed to stay around to say thanks. So thank you guys. I will see you later and peace.